Hello, everybody. Welcome to this Thursday. We changed it up a little bit. It's not Wednesday, it's Thursday. Sean and I are busy people, apparently. And so this is the All Talk Sports Show. I'm RJ. That's Sean, as always. And to start out, I just want to say thank you guys for watching this season. This is our first season. There's a lot of ups and downs, a lot of technical difficulties, a lot of working out tweaks and stuff like that. And this was both of our first times doing this. And so season number two will be a lot better. We'll have a lot more fun things for you guys and for us too. So if you've watched up to date, thank you so much. Please leave likes, leave comments, not leave, but subscribe to our channel. We would greatly appreciate that. And so, that being said, this is going to be just a short little, the Super Bowl's in 3 days. And so, this is just going to be a short little preview what happened last week, which was almost nothing until the Lions shocked the world out of us. And then just talk about the Super Bowl a little bit. So let's start off with the Detroit Lions trading Matthew Stafford to the Rams for Jared Goff, a third rounder this year, and two future first round picks. John, start us off.
Um, I think it makes great sense for both teams. If you're a Rams fan, you're thrilled because you get a marquee quarterback. Matthew Stafford is a quality quarterback. He puts you in the elite team range. I put him as a favorite to go to the Super Bowl next year with this trade.
Wow.
They got to win now. They have a great defense. Who knows how long they can keep that group together. So you want to win now, and this puts them winning now. For the Lions, it makes great sense because you'd already agreed with Stafford that you're going to trade. They'd already agreed to part ways. So it makes sense for the Lions in a sense that you get a third rounder this year, and you get a first rounder in 22 and a first rounder in 23. If you make good use of the picks you already have and the picks you just got, I think you can make sense that you can put a good team there in Detroit. Detroit fans may have to be a little patient. It's not going to happen overnight, but it makes sense. Stafford was done there. I think both teams benefit from this trade. I love it for both teams.
Yeah, I completely agree with most of that there. If you're Detroit, I mean, pretty bad last season, 5-11. I mean, obviously you won 5 games, but uh, you need to win more. And so, yeah, like you said, you gotta be patient. This is not a win now scenario. Jared Goff is definitely a huge step down from Matthew Stafford. But you're getting those picks. You just got to draft well, and that's pretty easy to do. That's pretty easy to draft well. So yeah, it definitely works out for the Detroit Lions in that way. I mean, getting Jared Goff, you probably have a
Yeah,
starter for like one season, but
yeah, if that, I think he's riding the bench by the end of the season, and probably for the rest of his career. I just don't see him, you know, being an elite quarterback anymore. I
no.
think,
And
and we all know Detroit's the place where players go to die. So
yeah, exactly. And it's like, and Jared Goff was already dead anyway, so
yeah,
kind of fitting. But and he's even someone that you could piece in a trade. I mean, it just so many possibilities for Detroit.
I've I've actually heard that rumor that the Lions may not actually keep Goff. That they may try and
Well, there's
unload him on
absolutely
someone else.
well, there's absolutely no need. I mean, you have the seventh pick in the draft, and there are a few good quarterbacks, and they're not all going to go top six. There are a few good quarterbacks in this draft. Um, Getting rid of Matthew Stafford just shows that it's time for Detroit to draft a quarterback now, and that's what they're shopping for is a quarterback.
Yeah,
So
I mean, if I'm a Detroit fan, I'm excited. I'm super excited. You know,
Yeah, if I'm Detroit now, it's I'm gonna say it's pretty unlikely that he falls down to 7. Well, maybe not, because Jacksonville's gonna get Trevor Lawrence. The Jets have Darnold, right? Um, Miami Dolphins have Tua. The Bengals at 5 have kid from LSU, Joe Burrow, and then the Eagles have Jalen Hurts. I could see Kyle Trask falling to 7.
um, yeah, I could entirely see that. Two trade rumors I have heard is the Jets looking to move Darnold to get Watson, or the Dolphins looking to get Watson in a trade.
Well,
So,
either way, those teams have quarterbacks. And
yeah,
the only team I can see taking Trask is the Falcons.
yeah. If the Falcons are ready to move on from
Exactly, Ryan. Yeah, yeah.
which yeah,
It might be
which is entirely
time.
possible. Matt Ryan, yeah, Matt Ryan's still a good quarterback. I think he's just another one of those guys that needs a change of scenery.
Yeah,
So
yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how they do next year. I think we pointed this out many times. The Falcons are a lot better than what their record showed. Well, not a lot better, maybe, but they were better than what their record showed. Anyway,
yeah, they lost a lot of early games.
so yeah, if you're Detroit, I mean, this trade just kind of proves that you're ready to shop and build a quarterback. They definitely don't have enough to trade for a quarterback. I mean, unless they want to do the same thing the Rams did and throw in Goff and throw in all their picks, but I don't see
Yeah.
it happening. Um,
I don't know if they should. I think they're one of those teams that should build through the draft right now. You know?
I agree. They don't have many assets to get rid of anyway, so any trade they do would not be an
Exactly.
elite trade. Yeah, so that I mean that's so I agree with you on the Detroit standpoint. Now, let's go over and you're saying that the Rams are going to make the Super Bowl in the NFC just because of this trade right here. I don't know. I don't know
Uh,
about
they have an elite defense. They have good wide receivers. I think that's just the missing piece. Now, I may have to walk it back just a little bit. I'm not saying they're going to the Super Bowl, but I'm saying they're one of the top two or three teams to go to the Super Bowl
that. Okay.
with the Packers and the Buccaneers.
Okay.
So I walked it back.
Maybe yeah. Yeah. Okay. They are a contender. Yeah. I'll I'll gladly agree with you there. I just had to make sure that you meant what you said, and I'm glad you didn't, because I would have been like, what? But yeah,
Well, I mean, it's not to say I don't. I I love this move for the Rams. It's a win now scenario. Win now and win next year. And I mean, you made the playoffs with you know a bad quarterback who was hurt and the guy who'd never taken a playoff snap in his life. So
yeah,
and you won it. Yeah, so you're just a quarterback away in my eyes. So
I agree that they're getting better, and I do agree that I I do agree that quarterback was a big issue last year. Big issue. Jared Goff, oh, buddy. Something was wrong last year, and it just he's just not the same anymore. I mean, he's never been elite, but I mean, seems like he's already digressing or regressing. English, whichever word. I think you know what I meant, but yeah, I mean, I do agree that this moves them ahead of a lot of teams that are supposed to be better. I'm obviously thinking the Cardinals are going to get better, the Seahawks are going to get better. I definitely think this moves them in third place as well. Now, I don't think they can beat the Packers. I don't think they can beat the Buccaneers, but I'll say they're right behind them. That's pretty easy. That's pretty easy to say. So that's that trade. It kind of took me by surprise at first because I've heard I've heard a few Stafford trade rumors. Um, I've heard a few Stafford trade rumors that I thought was actually more likely to happen than this, but this one makes a whole lot of sense. So even though it took me by surprise at first, not surprised at all. It's a good trade for both teams. So there's that. Now it's time for the only thing that matters, Super Bowl. Super Bowl. And it only matters because the Chiefs are in it, right? Yeah, so no. So the Chiefs and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are playing in Tampa Bay this Sunday. This Sunday is finally here. This Sunday is the Super Bowl, and last I saw, it's 3 point. Is it a 3 point? Um, 3 point spread for the Chiefs. I think. Yeah, yeah. So three
Yeah.
point three. Kansas City's 3 point favorites. The game is at 5:30 on CBS. What do you think, Sean?
Well, there's a lot going on in this game. One is going to be, I think, a really good game. Uh, let's talk about the quarterbacks for a second. They're easy to talk about. Uh, the key for Brady is keep him clean. You know, when he's allowed to stand there and pick apart defenses, he's as good as he's ever been. You know, when he gets pressure, he throws bad balls. You know, just reference 3 interceptions against Green Bay.
Yeah,
So you want to keep him clean. Bucks offensive line has the ability to keep him clean. Um, so if you can do that, he's got weapons around him. He can put some points on the board. And then you talk about Chiefs defense. I think the key for them is, well, okay, we just talked about it. You got to put pressure on them. And that in the playoffs. Their secondary has been playing much better than they did during the regular season.
amen to that.
So, huh?
I
Yeah.
said amen to
So
that.
I think the Chiefs can bring a little heat, and I think they can get him off a spot. Now, on the reverse, Mahomes, it almost doesn't matter if you put pressure on, you know, but, and you can't blitz the guy. Now, the Buccaneers defense plays a 3-4, so they can come with some exotic blitzes, you know, with linebackers. The linebackers have been playing out of their mind during the playoffs. So, if you can confuse Mahomes a little bit at the line of scrimmage and bring a linebacker that he's not expecting, maybe you can get to him. But you just can't blitz the guy because there's too many weapons he has, and he's too smart, and he's fast.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you do with that.
Well, okay, so um, this is okay. So I am going to be. This is going to hurt my soul to talk about this, but I am saying this to prove that I can be unbiased completely. So honestly, I think that the best way to stop Patrick Mahomes is to not blitz, play your 3-4, but instead of having one middle linebacker as your spy, have both your middle linebackers as spies, or have both your middle linebackers and an outside linebacker as a spy. So that way, I know that leaves weapons like Tyreek Hill. You can't play man on man with Tyreek Hill,
uh,
but a guy like Sammy Watkins, who's just coming off of an injury, um, and some other key receivers. you can with a defense like Tampa Bay, you can afford to play man on man if you're going to play good defense, you can play man to man. So, I mean, double up Tyreek Hill, send a safety back there to guard Tyreek Hill, but I mean, keep your linebackers as spies. Don't make your linebackers blitz. Because, like you said, if your linebackers go and blitz, if your linebackers put pressure, Patrick Mahomes can just get out of there.
It does seem like he finds a lot of things over the middle if you blitz him. So you got to bring outside pressure, but you can't bring more than four. You just can't.
No, yeah, and that,
The one thing that kind of worries me, well, doesn't worries me, but it makes me think. Chiefs' offensive line is a little banged up. Their two guards are out.
yeah.
Hasn't seemed to affect them yet, but the Bucks have been playing really good defense. Might affect the running game. I don't know, but that's something to keep an eye on. It's the Chiefs' offensive line.
Yeah, I agree. I think Fisher got hurt last game, or was it Fisher? No, it was the center. That's who it was. Either way, yeah, we shall see. We should have Le'Veon Bell back though. So so where we get
Yeah,
some injury in the running game, we could also, I mean, playing Le'Veon Bell also might help us out a little bit there.
yeah, you're getting real healthy, except for the offensive line. Offensive weapons, your Chiefs are really healthy. They're getting all their running backs back, their receivers back.
So and now let's I I saw this question, I think it was on First Take. I was watching First Take earlier this week and I saw this question and it was kind of interesting. And at first I'm like, "Oh, that's an easy answer." But then I start to think about it and I'm like, "Well, maybe not." So I'll ask you, who which quarterback is this game most important?
That is a good question. God, Tom Brady's legacy is already sewn up.
Mhm.
But I think this one means personally more to him than any other one because it's the first one. Without Belichick, he's 43 years old.
Yeah.
Uh, I think personally it means more to him. Uh, Mahomes is going to have a long, great career. He's going to be in these big games, but he can be the youngest quarterback to win two in a row.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
I would be willing to bet a lot of money that's pretty important to him.
Exactly.
So if you ask from a personal perspective, I'm going to say it's more important to Tom Brady. If you ask me from a legacy standpoint, it's more important to Mahomes.
I guess that's a good way to put it. I never thought about giving two answers before. My so they asked me that, and I was like, or they didn't ask me that. Obviously, they weren't talking, but they
I was
were
like, wow,
talking.
you want a forced pick? Yeah, that's pretty good.
Um, but they were talking about it, and I was like, oh, that's easy. Patrick Mahomes. He only has one Super Bowl. He's an MVP. He's the best quarterback in the league. That's pretty easy. That in order to, I mean, he could easily, at the end of his career, be the best quarterback that ever played the game.
Yeah.
I say that easily. Now, obviously, he has to work for it, but I mean, it's reach, definitely in his reach.
He may not always have all these weapons around him. So
It's in his wingspan,
too,
and that's why I'm getting to is it's like
Yeah.
so he definitely needs this Super Bowl to climb up there to get as much as Brady or even more than Brady. But also, Tom Brady is facing Patrick Mahomes, who is as I just said, could easily take his spot as the greatest quarterback of all time. I mean, that right there would give you a little bit of motivation to want to win that game, try to prove.
Oh yeah,
So,
that's an excellent point, and I'm sure that's going through Tom Brady's head. Yeah, he's a competitor. He's going to want it. Yeah, that's a really good point.
so, so what can we make out of all this? That it's going to be a great game. That this is going to be
There you go.
this is
Yeah,
probably going to be the best game all year.
point wise, what do you think the over is going to be? What do you think score wise is going to be?
Oh, jeez. I'm tempted. Man. I'm tempted to say Chiefs by 1 or Chiefs by 2. I'm very tempted to take the over. Not saying Tampa Bay is going
What is the over? What is the over?
to. So Tampa Bay's +3.
Okay, no, but what's the over combined
Oh, oh,
score?
oh, oh, oh. The over under. I see. 56.
I'm taking that over all day long, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it be 35-31.
Hmm?
I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
But I think there's going to be a lot of points scored. I really do.
I agree.
And it'll probably come down to a turnover or two, you know?
Yeah, which I mean, getting later in the season, Mahomes seemed to have gotten sloppy, and Brady seemed to have gotten better until that Packers game. Mm, we'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see. But
it's going to be fun either way.
the spread is a 3-point favorite for the Chiefs. Or half of me is like, well, it's 3 points, but then the other half of me is like, man, am I really that confident that the Bucks aren't going to let the Chiefs win by more than 3?
I'm calling my shot. I'm going 35-31 Chiefs. They cover it.
There you go. There you go. All right. So, um, speaking of that, we'll move on from the Super Bowl. Everybody, please watch it. It's this Sunday, the 7th at 5:30 Central Time. So please watch it. Please, please, please watch it. It'll be so fun. It'll be so fun. Um, I hope there are more Fansville commercials. I love those Fansville commercials. I hope Dr. Pepper makes
Yeah, right.
a couple new Fansville's commercials. So anyway, getting on to that. So last week I told you that we were going to try to do some sort of um, way for you guys to get money and wager and bet and stuff like that. Well, being that Sean and I are pretty busy and we're not the most creative when it comes to that sort of stuff, we did not come up with anything for just this one game, for just the Super Bowl. So that being said, we're not having any bets or any wagers or any games like that to play for the Super Bowl this year. But once again, like I said, next year will be new. Or not new, but we'll be improved next year. We'll be a lot better, a lot more organized next year. And we're going to start straight off with week 1 of the NFL. We're going to make a system where we're going to have all sorts of ways where you guys can enter into pots and all sorts of ways that you guys can enter games and stuff like that. Play for money and try to win some money playing against Sean and I. I encourage you to try your luck. In terms of our picks this year, we were pretty bad, so I encourage you guys to try your luck to win some money. Um, so as so either
I
next
gotta say, I was bad in the games we picked. Overall, like my personal, like the games we picked weren't necessarily the games I would have bet.
right,
You know what I mean? Like a
yep,
lot of those games I would have stayed away from.
yeah.
But
Oh,
anyway,
definitely me too. I just meant on the show that,
yeah,
I try to go for the fun ones on the show. But
yeah.
either way, so we're obviously gonna recap the Super Bowl next week, and then we might do one more show after that, maybe for the season. But
Maybe go
then,
through a mock draft.
yeah, we might do a show or two after the Super Bowl. But then um, after that, that'll be it for season number one. Starting up season number two, we'll just um, I'll I'll make sure to put stuff in descriptions starting in season number two about games we're going to be doing, pots you can enter into. We'll set up we'll set up a All Talk Sports Show email. We'll probably do some sort of online payment thing. Whatever we can do, we'll do that. So yeah, a lot of fun stuff coming. Next season will be so much better. So as I said previously, I'm going to repeat myself so many times. Thank you for thank you for watching this first season, but next season we'll come back. We'll be a lot better next season. So once again, please, please, please watch the Super Bowl. It'll be probably the best game all year. That's how it's supposed to be, and that's how it's going to be. Um, in Tampa Bay on Sunday at 5:30. And on that note, that's pretty much all I had for today. Anything you want to say, Sean?
No, just reiterate your thanks, well, everyone, and hope to see you next year.
Yes. So please, everybody, it's a dangerous world. Please stay safe. Um,
Absolutely.
please do not. Um, I do not get political on here, and you probably wouldn't guess what side of the fence I'm on. But please just stay safe. Please make conscious choices. I do not want I do not wish bad on anybody. I hope everybody has good health. So please stay safe. And everybody, please take care. Until next week, enjoy the Super Bowl.